Alright, got a little bit of a special video for you this morning. What we're going to talk about this morning is a couple oils and then BG EPR and BG MOA. If you didn't know what BG EPR is, it's these cans of engine performance restoration. They're cans of an additive from BG, which is a industrial professional company that supplies chemicals for the automotive world to do things like clean and lubricate and all these things that other companies do, except they do it at a higher level when it comes to the severity and the causticness of how the chemicals actually work. They work very, very, very well. BG EPR is, you can get it in small cans, like pint-sized cans. You can get it in quart size. A lot of people don't know that. You can actually get them in quarts. They're called BG 109. I ordered some BG 109 because on the label it said that it was a flushing agent. BG 109 showed up, but it said EPR on the actual quart. And then I looked at the part number, and the beginning portion of it was BG 109. So go figure that BG 109 is the same thing as EPR. I just thought it was a different product, and I was able to find it in a quart size, basically application or distribution quantity. And then from there you can go up to what's called an engine restoration kit or an engine performance restoration kit, where it's like a $300 kit and you get these two big giant gallon jugs. In the kit you'll get something called 44K, which is a stellar fuel treatment that is like industrial strength. It's called BG 44K. And then there's a can of BG MOA. And then there's a big giant gallon of rinse oil and the actual big giant gallon of the cleaner. And I've seen that stuff melt some gel, like engines that were gelled up. You guys have seen on the channel. I'll leave a few videos down in the comment section below to show you some of the severity of what it actually can take care of. It's about $315, $325 for the kit. It's expensive, but it will melt the stuff right out of that inside of that engine. Anyway, so you have the cans of cleaner, and then you have, when you're done with the cleaner, basically the process is you go to the vehicle with the used engine oil in it. You take the EPR and you dump it down in the engine oil. It's just we're talking just the small cans right now, not the other kits, the small pint-sized cans that are like 30 bucks for a can or something. You take the little can, you dump it down in the oil that's already in the vehicle, and you run it for about 15 minutes. You let it get hot, you let that oil circulate around in there with that cleaner and stuff, and then you drain the oil, and then you fill it with new oil, and you put a pint of BGMOA in there. And basically that BGMOA, basically the way they advertise it, it fortifies all engine oil. So one of the subscribers here on the channel decided that he wanted to get it tested, actually figure out what's inside it. So when you think about it, you're taking something that's very, very, very heavy on cleaning, and you're dumping it in the engine, you're cleaning it all out. And the way the BG rep advertises the product to you is he comes out and he shows you, and he'll dump this acid down the center of a rag, and the rag starts to fall apart and actually deteriorate. And then he'll take that BG MOA and he'll smother that MOA all over inside his hand. And then he'll take that acid and dump it on his hand, and it won't do anything to his hand. It's because that MOA starts to bond and coat the surfaces of the metals, but it's also extremely high in detergent dispersant, and it keeps it away from bonding to any of the metal and stuff that it's touching. So it does a very, very, very good job of not letting the acidity inside the crankcase really affect the metal components and the seals and stuff inside it. So here's the oil analysis on it, so I can show you what's going on. So here we have BGMOA. It says the only elements that read high in this sample of BGMOA are from common oil additive elements. Moly is typically a friction reducer, while phosphorus and zinc tend to come from the anti-wear additive ZDDP. calcium and magnesium are from detergent dispersant additives. No water or insolubles were noted. And viscosity read like a 0W20, 5W20, which I would expect that. So if you look here, it actually has some moly in it, which I was surprised. They actually did put a friction reducer in it and a metal protectant, which is very, very nice. And then down here, you can see the calcium is 1229 and magnesium is 5968. Phosphorus is 735 and zinc is 772. That is a phenomenal ad pack when it comes to cleaning. I don't know how I feel about the super high magnesium like that, but they are giving you a product that's going to be diluted down with, 5 to 8 quarts, 5 to 10 quarts of oil. But wow, talk about a detergent cleaner. Something that's going to really get in there and start working on keeping that acidity level down in the crankcase. It seemed like all Super Duty trucks or all diesel trucks need this additive, because that's one of the major issues with diesels is the acidity levels in the crankcase, and BG MOA may be the answer for them. It's just, this is crazy, the ad pack that's in here. So I've always liked BGMOA, and I've always, kind of been under the impression that that it's always made my engine run a little smoother and a little better and kept things a little cleaner. Now I see why. They've got a lot of detergent dispersants in there, and I like the fact that they increased the levels of magnesium so it didn't affect vehicles with low speed pre-ignition issues too much. So if you are a little bit more of an oil burner, the higher magnesium levels versus the calcium levels are not going to affect the low speed pre-ignition as much. Only problem is magnesium doesn't do well with moisture. It starts to break down very, very quick. So as long as you're keeping your vehicle maintained and there's not a lot of abuse going on, you would have to try to eliminate as many cold start and stops. You'd have to let the engine warm up before you shut it off. Like if you're just going down to the corner store and coming back constantly and the vehicle's running for 5 minutes and you build up that moisture in the crankcase, magnesium doesn't like that. It breaks down very, very, very quick. So you'd have to let the vehicle, at least warm up every time you ran down to the corner store and came back, to just stop that moisture buildup in the crankcase from affecting the ad pack. Well, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about BGMOA and the EPR. I would say flush engine oil fortifier, and just educate you a little bit on that if you want it. If you wanted it, if you don't, you don't. But anyway, that's the analysis on the MOA. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Have a great day. I'll get into the oil analysis stuff in another video, so I don't jam this up with information that people aren't interested in. It's Pennzoil 0W40 I want to go over next, and it is Valvoline 0W40. Some good numbers. Come back and check.